Yeah, so I was hoping to talk to you. I was going to do a long ride today, 5 hours, but I actually shifted it to tomorrow and made today the interval session. But I'm just cooked. I just feel absolutely zapped. So I'm going to, I think I'm just going to call it. I think, yeah. So I don't know what we're going to do today. Apologies. But sometimes I think you just got to call a spade a spade. So this week I've done 2 interval sessions, including a 30-30 set, which it kills me. 5-hour ride and a 4-hour ride. I just think I'll put the big ride back to tomorrow and maybe just ditch this one today. Yeah, sorry, good morning. Not what I planned. Not what I planned. Sadly around here, if you call it a day, but you're on the wrong side of the valley, you've still got to climb back across it. So this is Campagnolo. At the top, you will descend this climb. You'll come out here, down to this little stretch of road here to Campagnolo Lookout. It's actually called Tourist Road. You'll come down there and you'll descend down that. It's a absolutely fantastic descent. It's a terrible climb. Morning, guys. Morning. That's a bit depressing, actually. You know, I've had some good weeks. It's my first real bad day in a while, actually. And, you know, you start thinking, oh, what did I do wrong? Am I going backwards now? Like, just, yeah, a few doubts there. But, yeah, had some good days, had some good weeks. And so I think it's just hopefully one of those ones where I didn't give myself enough chance for some of the adaptions to happen and just put it down to that. But yeah, a bit bummed out because it's a beautiful day actually as well. Bit of perspective, Chris, bit of perspective. So we're going to get home. The last couple of days, yes, we have some visitors down here. So I haven't been riding, vlogging, but it has given me a chance to have a good think about the gravel bike. I wanted to share with you some of the sort of thoughts, general thoughts I had on the whole thing. Also, just quickly, big thanks to everyone for the comments on the Insta stuff. I will do something more specific about like the editing and how we do that in the future, but not now. Not now. All right. So, in one of the vlogs early on while we've been down here, I made a comment about my setup, my position on the gravel bike I didn't feel it was kind of as good as what I felt on the road bike. So a few people put comments below saying, what was the difference? I don't quite understand. So I thought I'd quickly just point out, generally the differences that you would find between which side's it on, Chris? Road bike and a gravel bike. I'm a road bike, okay? So this is the bike I spend the majority of my time on. Well, the position that a road bike wants you to be in is not the position the gravel bike or the mountain bike wants you to be in for the majority of the time, okay? So as a general rule, that will basically be a shorter wheelbase because it's going to be more nimble, more aggressive, so probably a lower front end, and you're going to be further back behind the bottom bracket, that classic road bike setup, low and long. So what about coming into the gravel bike space? Well, there's really one word that really matters in this space, and it's called trail, and a lot of that has to do with the type of terrain your gravel bike is set up to do. And that's the thing you need to look at before you look at the paint job, before you look at the type of carbon that was used. It's the trail, because you will never be able to catch up. You will never be able to modify the bike to suit you if in the very beginning the angles of that bike aren't right. You're never going to perfectly get the angles right and the measurements perfectly straight. I mean, a great example of that is like the front end. You don't want to be in the full sort of road position with a long, low front end on these things. So you can probably see I've got a couple of spaces underneath there, and I've also got a shorter stem and a wider set of bars on this, which is pretty much a general rule you could kind of do with this. But I do want to get 2 measurements right, and that that's the saddle height, and that is the setback. The saddle height is a pretty easy one to try and get right. But what I would say is that the setback will always affect the saddle height. Now, the setback is how far behind the bottom bracket your saddle is. And I'm in a lucky position that I have the two saddles which are exactly the same, so I know the seat point on both of those. Pretty much got it. I've got it within 0.5 centimetre, and that comes back to the fact that these bikes are not designed to have you in that road setup. So you're always going to have a slacker setback on these bikes. The funny thing I find about all this is mountain bikers are doing the opposite. They're all trying to mimic their mountain bike position on their road bikes. Look at Jay Vine, look at Matthew van der Poel, look at, they're into mountain bikers, I know. Look at them and how far they're over the bottom bracket on the road bikes. Compare that to like Vincenzo Nibali, Tom Dumoulin, road bikers. Have a look at the longer behind the bottom bracket position. So in the end, it probably doesn't make much difference. It's all just more about you trying to feel more comfortable because it's a position you are used to. So I would like to do a couple of gravel events this year, I think, assuming we actually get to do events again. But so let me know below what events you guys think, because I know there's some in Victoria, there's some in New South Wales. I think there's the Wagga Gears and Beers one, I think it's called. That sounds cool. So be keen to get involved in that. But let me know the pros and cons of some of them. Gravel specific stuff, not mountain bike. I just don't think that's going to work for me, hey? Ladies and gentlemen, this is, so the grub climbs out of the ground, wanders up here, exits his exoskeleton, is that what we're calling it? I don't know. And then they fly away. That's the cicadas, and they've got about a day to live. So they've really got to make the most out of it. There he is. There he is. He probably doesn't want us annoying him.
He's been under there the whole day.
Well, he's got to wait for night time before he can probably move. So can I tell you a completely crazy story? So, as many of you know, Elizabeth is Irish, and her mother was from a very small village in Donegal called Pettigo. 70 people, max. I have been there. It is a particularly forgettable place. Sorry, people of Pettigo. Anyway, we move out here, etc., etc. Life continues on, blah, blah, blah. Mum and Dad find this place down here and they decide to move down to this part of the world from Sydney. And at the end of this road is a cemetery. Right? Cemetery here. And she does a little bit of research. The people buried here, specifically Adam and Mary Boyd, were from Pettigo. Were from the tiny, tiny, tiny village where Elizabeth's mother grew up. Is that not just completely crazy? Well, nothing says Irish heritage more than that, but... So yeah, I know I've been terrible in the comments, guys. Look, yeah, it's just time. Like if I'm doing the daily vlogs or trying to get the vlogs out as much as I can down here, getting back into the comments is a bit of a challenge. So yeah, probably keep the comments coming. What I'll probably try and do is a lot of the questions that you guys are asking, I'll maybe dedicate a section of the vlog to, and we'll just go through and answer some of them together. Apart from that, we will see you super soon. Walking up a hill. It's never a good sign for a cyclist. Talk to you. Peace, guys.